Hello everyone, this is a video that I've been meaning to make for quite a while now and actually haven't been able to because of work and waiting for some of the ammo for this whole thing to come in. But what I finally got in for at least 2 weeks ago, no, 4 weeks ago, is my new Beretta Tomcat INOX model. It's a 32 caliber pocket pistol. I picked this up because I've been wanting for a good long while now to have a gun for home defense and personal defense. And the 32 caliber that I was looking for would have probably been either a Walther, maybe a Taurus. I heard mixed reviews about those, but this little thing I've heard really good information about. So when I went to the Silverado gun show that swung by our town a little while ago, they had one of these on display, so I picked it up. It came with one magazine, came with a barrel lock, no ammunition, no extra mags. So those I had to order up from the Beratta website. When I did pick it up at the store that I got it from, White Marsh Arms was the name of the dealer. They had a very nifty little barrel lock that they included, but that was about it. They didn't even show that at the gun show. That was a surprise when I picked it up from them personally. The way the pickup for firearms works in Maryland is that you buy the gun at the gun show, give them your information, fill out a bunch of forms. They hold the gun for 2 weeks, and then after those 2 weeks, they do a background check. During the background check, they just make sure you don't have any felonies that you've been lying about when you fill out the forms, anything like that. And then after that, they call you up, say you're cleared, you can come pick up the gun, and then you have to drive up and pick up the gun. So when I got up there was when I actually found out they included a hard case with it, the extra mag, or the single mag that would come with the gun, and the lock. So while I was there, I also picked up some hearing protection, a little bit of extra stuff. They didn't have any 32 caliber ammo. So what I bought was the Privy Patterson 32. I got this off their website online, and it's actually pretty cheap ammunition. It only costs maybe $18 for a pack of 50, and that's one of these. So I got a couple packs of that. I haven't been able to take it to the range yet to fire and give it a test shot. What I also picked up online, or pre-ordered, it took a couple weeks for it to come in, were Glacier Slugs. That's these right here. These are meant primarily for personal defense. I wanted them because of the situation I have living here at home. When I live here at home, I'm in a condominium apart style house. So on both sides of our unit, there's another unit. And my concern with bullets like these or with like hollow points is that if fired and miss, they could go through a wall, through a window, through a door, whatever, and they could pass through into the unit on the other side. And that was a concern that I did not want to take a chance on. So while it's in use for home defense or personal defense, I've got Glacier Slugs. These took a bit to come in, but the way they work is sealed underneath that cap is a packet of very tightly compressed lead shot. When the bullet strikes a target, it will break apart and scatter the lead shot into the target, but it will not penetrate past that first target. So it's a good thing for home defense or personal defense because you're only going to hit whatever you aim at, and it will not go through. The pistol itself, really small size. Not many people would use that for a home defense option, but that's what I'm stuck with. And I don't really mind it at all because if Maryland ever does lighten up their close or concealed carry weapon laws, then I can actually use it for that too. Until then, it's good for home defense. Fairly heavy because it is the INOX model. I haven't seen anybody use this before on a YouTube video. I've seen plenty of Tomcat videos, but no INOX videos. Bit more weight than the original because the original had an aluminum frame. This has an all stainless steel frame. And they did that to eliminate some of the cracking issues that came with the original one because sometimes people would fire ammunition that packed a little bit too much power for the original aluminum frame to handle, and it would crack. And I believe there's one or two videos on the YouTube just about that. And the Beretta forums are packed with reports about it. So Beretta designed this as a way to make up for that. Since I'm handling the gun, I'll go ahead and go through the motions making sure it's safe. The safety release is right there. Magazine release is right here. My magazine is empty. And this pistol features a slightly different mechanism for the barrel and chamber that most other small semi-automatic pistols would. It features a tip-up barrel. So when you flip this, barrel will pop up. It's got a spring catch right there. And as you can see, the barrel is empty. And when I pull that forward, you can see the chamber is empty. Pushing that back down. Tough lock. It's locked back in place. When it is like that, it's still on safety. If I pop that down, you can see the little red dot. It is now unsafe. It's ready to fire. And the interesting thing about having the pistol with a tip-up barrel like that is that you can put a round in the chamber, and even if the magazine is out of the chamber and there is a round in there, the gun is still ready to fire. It will still discharge that round. As of right now, empty, so it's safe. Another note about the chamber is that there's no extractor. So when you pull the slide, safety off. When you pull the slide, there's no extractor in there to actually eject a round when you pull the slide back. So if there is a jam, you have to manually extract it by tipping up the barrel or pulling the chamber back or pulling the slide back, tilting it, getting the round out. And when you push it forward again, it will feed a new round into the chamber and render it ready to fire. Hammer right there and the hammer right there, and the pin is an inertial pin, so when the hammer hits this, it will knock that forward, and that will hit the primer at the back of the round and discharge the round. Very light trigger pull, especially when it's like that. When it is fully set to go like this, when it's in a single action mode, it actually has a pretty heavy trigger pull, but when pulled all the way back, it's set to go. And an interesting thing about this pistol is that it's both single action and double action. So you can actually cock it halfway back and then put it on safe, and it will hold it in that position ready to fire. So for that first round, you'll have a significantly less trigger pull than you would normally if it was all the way set forward. Not too heavy. Some people would say that because of the stainless steel, it's got a bit more heft to it than they would like. I'm perfectly comfortable with it. I have to get an actual sheath to carry it in. I don't have one yet, but it doesn't really feel too heavy in my hands. It's actually very comfortable. Fits in very nicely. You get a good two-fingered grip on the handle, and it actually fits very nicely in between my thumb and my forefinger. And it's actually just the right length too. It actually curls in there perfectly. I'm really anxious to get this down on the range and actually give it some good test firing. We're trying to get down there maybe in the next month or so. So hopefully I'll be able to post a video about that. Other than that, it's a fairly straightforward little pistol. And I've got quite a bit of hope for it that it'll actually perform well on the range. I'm going to upload this, and maybe in another month or so you'll get to see the range firings. Alright, bye.